Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I like numbers. Numbers bring things into dimension. The numbers I'm telling you, you all know them already. We need 2,500 billion US dollars to achieve the SDGs every year. That would be great to put it on a flip chart and have all these zeros in front of us. I'm working for the Swiss government. We have 2 billion, all donors together, public donors together. We have 150 billion dollars per year. And the foundations have approximately the same amount, another 150 billion dollars per year. So that's a little bit, it's about 10% of what is needed, more or less. And obviously, if we want to achieve the SDGs with this, we need to be very, spend the money very wisely. And obviously, we should catalyze the private sector, the investment money. Jero was behind this movement of Catalyst 2030, so bringing private sector investment into social and impact enterprises. I think that's a very important game we all could play. And my favorite proposal to do so is by paying for impact and outcomes. It's about buying impact, okay? You insert yourself into the market system, whether we like it or not, it's very predominant and it's there. And with buying impact, we can translate impact into numbers and financials for investors. We bring it into the profit and loss statement of the investees, the social enterprises, the impact enterprises, and thus into the system. Maybe you have taken the time to look at the sync video that was sent to you, very last link, 3 minutes. For those who didn't have the time to look at it, the idea is very simple. An outcome payer, that could be SDC or it could be, of course, a foundation, agrees with a social or impact enterprise to buy a certain amount of impact and for which price, right? And only once it is produced and once the outcome and impact is verified, and if I talk about impact, I talk about an improvement at the level of the household, of the livelihood of poor people in our case mostly, only then you pay. And there are two very important conditions. The first one is, of course, additional. We don't want to pay for something that's happening anyway. And the second one is the most important one. It's combined with an investment, a private investment. You know, that was the idea. We wanted to catalyze private sector investment and scale impact, but it's particularly important because the private investor does a second due diligence of the project and looks whether this is really feasible, what the enterprise has foreseen. This works. This has been tested in different countries, in different sectors. However, we need to go to scale, and this is where we need to work together, where we need partnering. And my point is that partnering is not only between foundations, but you should consider partnering with donors as well, with public donors. Lots of complementarities here. So why partnering? It's 1 plus 1 is more than 1. It's 2 or 3 or 5 or something like this because of these complementarities and synergies. Just think about the restriction we are all drowning in. There are the external ones and there are the self-made ones. Think of self-made ones like geographical focus, sectoral focus, minimum or maximum amount, and all these other things that we have. Or think about the external ones, the laws. That you cannot give grants in certain countries to for-profit companies or not invest as a foundation in for-profit companies, and so on and so forth. By cooperating, we could get rid of a lot of these restrictions because money is fungible. If we pool our money into, that's then the how, and we create so-called outcome payment funds. So we pool money in regional or global outcome payment funds for the sectors like water, education, health, clean energy, then we can overcome this. And then everybody can contribute to what he can afford or want to do and earmark it. So you could pay for setup costs, for operational costs, for technical assistance to the investees, for studies. You could pay of course, for the outcome payments only in the countries where you're in or the sectors you are in, or you could de-risk, or even if you want to invest your endowment fund, somebody else could de-risk your endowment funds so that they can be invested too. I think that's something you may want to consider, and and there would be, of course, lots of applications. Thanks a lot for your attention.
Thank you so much, Peter, and for